The back looks beautiful. Now let's do something to the front. Colour, airbrush, lacquer. Hello and welcome to another video. A bit of a return to colouring. Some of you have been inquiring about the state of my health, given the latest rash of uncoloured, untextured pieces of wood I've done. Just to whet your appetites a little, here's another one that's going to be coming up soon. Quick glance at the other side. That's enough of that now though. Ebonizing lacquer and chestnut acrylic, ebonizing lacquer and chestnut iridescent paints put on with an airbrush through a stencil and then lacquered to a high gloss. Except I haven't done it yet, so goodness knows how it's going to turn out. I have noticed sometimes the introductory bits of the videos bear very little relation to what actually happens. One of you did ask if I actually did spray purple on one of the pieces that I mentioned I was going to put purple on about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, who knows. Anyway, onto the lathe. Right, so here we go on the blank. Very rough surface at the moment. Probably going to have about an inch and a half, inch and 3/4 rim. So I'll smooth this off and get some lacquer on it. It's slightly out of round, but it should be fine. Okay, so while the first coat is drying, I've got here a new stencil. I bought one again. This comes from eBay. Where have I put my glasses? They're on my head. It comes from eBay and it's from a company called Delta Arts. I'm going to use these colours, the sort of the blues and the purple, and going to put them through an airbrush. They're quite thin, but I think I will thin them down just a little bit anyway. My airbrush hasn't got a very large needle. So let's get on with this, get this ready. Exciting. It's not really exciting, is it, opening something that's wrapped in transparent paper, because you know exactly what you're going to get. I'm probably going to concentrate on using this corner and this corner here where the gaps are a bit smaller. What I want to try to avoid is spraying against these edges and leaving a regular line. That will give it away a little bit. Okay, and I think I'll start off with the purple. A few drops of thinner, and I will put the cap on in case I knock it. Okay. So I'm going to use parts of the stencil where it's smaller and just have a little go in there. Right, around the rim. Now it's just showing as wet and dark at the moment. Maybe it's thinning it was a bad idea. Can't really see very much at all yet. Maybe I won't thin it this time. That's better. Thinning it was probably a bad move. And I'm moving this round by the chuck, hopefully not getting any paint on the back of the platter that will need sanding off. A little splash of purple just to see what that's like. Right, this comes out wetter than the others, so bear that in mind. Yes, I think this was definitely worth doing. Although I'm going to put one more turquoise over the top. Right, so here we come, last lot of colour. Just moving these last dots. Also drying off any wet spots. Right, sanding sealer. Right, first of 3 coats of lacquer going on. And 20 minutes between coats. Well, there it is, 3 coats of lacquer on it. Time to let it dry, and a bit of buffing in the morning, maybe a bit of burnishing cream, bring the shine out a little more, and then we'll turn the middle out and see if I like it. Until tomorrow, sweet dreams. Right, so it's had 3 coats of the lacquer, and I'm now going to put on some burnishing cream. It's been drying overnight. And this should improve the shine and smooth out the finish a little. I'm using safety cloth because I find kitchen roll, which I use a lot, does sometimes catch and get stuck on the work. I'm keeping the cloth moving. You can see the streaks of the burnishing cream now starting to smooth that out, less coming off on the cloth, putting moderate pressure on, not huge amount of pressure. And that gives a much smoother finish. And then the last thing will be to put some microcrystalline wax on at the end. Looks like I have caught a little bit rough in there to get that out. You can see I've left a little ridge here, but unfortunately I did an awful sanding job on it and it's very, very rough, so I'm going to just skim that off with a very, very sharp tool. Just a little dab of it. And the beauty of this is if I get it onto the lacquered surface, I can just wipe it off. It doesn't react with the lacquer like cellulose sanding sealer has done for me several times. Right, we'll take it out of the lathe, ready for the buffing wheel. Right, before I give you the shot of the finished platter, just a reminder about the wood turning weekender that Chestnut Products have organised for the 3rd and 4th of August. Details below. And here is the finished platter, or well, it's more a shallow bowl really. Quite a good usable amount of space in there, not a huge wide rim with only a very little opening, so you know that's going to be still a practical use, I hope. As well as a beautiful thing someone will hopefully buy at my open house in May in Brighton. There's the back. You notice, aficionados, I do keep the recess in, just in case no one falls in love with this. Makes it much easier to, dare I say it, turn that finish away and put something else on. But with this one, I really hope that won't be necessary. Still images, I hope, are giving you a close-up of the detail and hopefully capturing some of the shine. But that's it for now. So until next time, thanks for watching.